Hello, this is Liz with Craft to Devotion, and today I decided not to go live but to record this one because I had too much issues with Wi-Fi for the holiday season at home, so I said I'm going to record this. But today I'm going to teach you how to make this one. But before I do, I'm going to show you a couple of things, the trims that I'm using for this. I'm going to show you the different colors that I have and maybe show you quickly what I'm thinking about. If I have time, I might do next. This is the one. I do have the trims I used. Most of the trims I used are in my shop for this one. And then this is the other one. I took a vote on my Facebook page and most people voted for this one, so this is the one we're going to do. And I also have the trim, this trim right here in my shop. It's here. I have about I don't know, 8 yards of it still. And then I have this one. I do not have the trims in my shop. It's the one I carried last year, but I don't have it in my shop. If you really want some of that one, you gotta contact me. Okay, but for this one, I'm going to show you the trims for this one. Let me put it over on this side. Thank you. So the trim I'm going to use is this trim. I have this in my shop. It's a beautiful, like almost a ribbon trim, and it's full of sequin, and it just looks gorgeous. Everyone really liked that one. So this, I have it, I'm just going to show you the different colors I have it in. Okay, I have it in dark blue. This is the magenta, like a teal blue, a silver, which could look gorgeous with any color, and oh, look at this purple, and here's even a green, if you like green. And so you can choose any color to design your own, and this one is gold, all gold, so gold and silver would go with any color fabric. And here's, this one's black. I even have black in this trim, and the reason I chose black is because sometimes people are asking me for black. So there you go. I'm going to put those on the side, and then that's what the trim we're going to use. But while I wanted to show you one more thing. This is a new one I'm making, and I'm going to let you guys choose which one you would want to see me make in front of you. It won't be probably for a while, but realize I'm going to carry most of these in my shop. So this is a cream one, looks vintage. And this one, I carry this in my shop. Here is a beautiful pink. And these ones I'm using the flat bulbs. I purchased these flat bulbs from Michael's. They have them, like a bunch of them in a container, and I got them on discount. My daughter-in-law started working there. And then this one. And I do carry these appliques in my shop. And when I list these on my Facebook, I'll put links in the comments on what trims I'm using for these. Okay, this is my favorite. I really liked this one. I like it has a vintage look to it. Okay, let me put those aside. Oops. Then I did, did I show you the white one? I don't remember if I did, but here's the white one. This white one is actually, I did not cover, let me see if I can get it. There you go. I did not cover the fabric. I didn't put fabric on the bulb on this one. Okay. The bulbs I'm using are a white flat bulb. So this will be next time. So you guys can vote on which one you like. Just in order of what they did. But this is what it looks like. I got a whole container. It probably cost, I don't know how many are in there, but it cost about 20 bucks. But I paid a lot less than that because I had discounts. And then I forgot to show you guys this one, the lavender one I made from the baubles. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys those and know that most of those trims I'm using are in my shop. And I did do I did do a video of okay, so I was telling you I did a video teaching you how to put on the satin fabric. And it's just I think it's marked tutorial on putting satin fabric, but I did it just last week, just all by itself, so that you can see the tips. I gave you a few tips and tricks on how I do it. So on this one, it doesn't have to be that close because the trims actually totally cover it. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this trim. Let me get a piece that's not cut, because I did prep it beforehand so that I wouldn't take too much time on here. Anyways, here it is. All right, so what I'm going to do is that I want you to go and if you purchase this trim, is I went and right here where the 3 center ones meet, 1, 2, 3, I cut along there. And the more important thing is if they're because this is not like a perfect trim ribbon. If it's real close together, it's best if the middle one is together the most. Okay, so the one that's dipping down, I want you to do that to it. Basically separate those 3. And that's just going to help you to apply it. I already tested it, and that's how I did the other one. So you guys are fortunate. You guys can have a little bit of the tips of me doing it. Okay. I'm going to move this off the thing here. There we go. That was just to prop it up so when I turn my camera. Okay, some of the things I'm going to use is this is a trim I carry in my shop. I do not carry this in my shop, but any gold ribbon will work. And then these beads I do carry in my shop. Any gold beads would probably work. And I don't know, I'm just going to use this piece. I might use that piece. I didn't use it on the other one. And then the trim, what else did I have? Let me look to see if I'm missing anything. No, that's really, oh wait, yes, one more thing. I know I cut it. Let me see. Okay, I found it. This is a gold flat back that I have in my shop. I have this gold. I think I have gold and silver of this. Of these gold beads, I think I have a rose gold also in this bead. Okay, so the first thing I show you how to do on most things is to first attach it. I measured it and I figured out that 4 pieces, you're going to need a total of 8, but 4 pieces are what we're going to work with. And we are going to go around and attach this. Oh, I forgot to tell you what size bulb. The bulb that I'm using is a 9-inch bulb. The 8 1/4 inch bulb was too small. So if you have a larger bulb, you might need more trim. But I liked the way the 9-inch bulb felt. It was pretty close. So what I'm doing is when I cut my ribbon, when I cut the ribbon, instead of cutting it right down the center here, I went like this and I trimmed over and I kept the round circle, this center one, which is the same center one that we separated on the other one. See, I kept that. Now, if needed, you may use a little bit of a trim. I'm going to pull that because I'm going to show you how I use it, and even if I don't need it. And I'm just using a little piece. You could use ribbon. You can use something that matches. It could be red. It could be gold. I'm just in case it peeks out. I'm cutting off this because I know I don't need it and this is just to attach it. It fits so closely, and the pattern is so close that I felt like it needed something to reinforce it. I am not going to glue this on yet. I'm going to glue only the bottom together, okay? Right here. It's barely overlapping. So I'm going to use that other ribbon. So I think of different ways to do things so that I can actually make it easier for me when I actually put these on the bulb. So I'm gluing it into a circle like a crown. Okay. Right here, I'm going to put this right here just to reinforce it so it doesn't fall apart when I put it on the bulb. So I'm going to make a longer one. It's just thin along that edge. Now I didn't do mine this way. I just worked with it until I got it the right way on my bulb, but I try to discover easier ways for you to not have so many issues when you're trying to do it. And this, since this fits so exact on this piece that I have, I did have that extra piece because I have the lace, but you might not want to waste it, and that's how you're going to do it, not to waste it. And you can put another piece right along here if you want to connect that together, but I'm not going to do that. So I did that same thing to this one. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to use this one of these for the top and one of these for the bottom. It's going to, the whole two are both going to go in there. See what it looks like? So here's the lace going upward and one going this way. And then I put the gold in the middle. All right. So this is again a 9-inch bulb. And I'm going to take the lace and dress my bulb. This one I didn't have to, you shouldn't have to do as much measuring because it really does go all the way up. Look at it, goes all the way up to the tip of the bulb, the center one. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put this one all the way up and to the center of the bulb, the center one. Okay, you're going to notice that I separated these ones right here, some of them, and then I realized I don't think I have to, but I'm going to separate them if I need to. The middle ones you do have to separate for sure. This one that's going downward. And I'm just going to use hot glue, and I'm going to glue that right there just to tack it. It's going all the way up to where I have my gold, that I use the gold around the bulb too. My first one I didn't do that because I didn't know how I was going to design them, and I covered it up. You're going to cover it up anyway though with some lace. Okay, so that's what I did there. And then I usually work opposites, so I'm just kind of letting it sit there, and then I'm going to pull it up again, pull it up. See how it barely fits? It should be, it's a little snug, but not so snug you can't move it, especially on the satin. I'm going to pull it down a little. So you do that on all sides, and this is just going to help you get it to the right spot. Remember on the other one I showed you how to measure with that little ruler? Well, this time I did measure when I did it, but then I realized I don't need to. It's going to go up to there. Remember, you put little bits. I'm just making it touch the top there. Okay, so now it's all, see, this one I had is not done. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yep, one more. Okay. I thought it was all done, but it wasn't. All right. What I like about when I record is that I can actually pause it, and if I need to take a break or something. But when I'm live, I can't pause it. Like I paused it already a couple of times because I forgot something. So don't pull it too far down because this barely fits. So you can see that's going to be the top. And what we're going to do is this one's going to be glued down this way. This is why we have the center. We're going to glue this one down and then this one on top of it, and then the center one goes on top of both of them like that. See that? Oop. That one, this is where I actually started it, so this one should be better. See, that's what it looks like right there. And so, and this is not perfect lace, so it's got. All right, so we have that. I'm going to go ahead and just test to the other side. So I'm trying to decide. Oh, it's really hard to tell where I connected it. I think it's right there. Okay, so then I went ahead, and this one is going to go upside down on there, like this. I'm not going to finish. I'm just going to test it to make sure I'm okay. It's kind of forgiving, although you need to realize that when I design things, a lot of times they do take time. So then I'm going to pull this the same way when I glue it. And then when I put this together, again, it's going to overlap, and we're going to go down the same routine. Okay, so I think it's going to work fine. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all of these down so that it's sticking together. I'm going to do a few of them with you, then I'm going to go ahead and pause it. That's the benefit of having this. Now this one will not. These will go down first, like this. Okay. First both sides, and then last the center one down here. That's how I did it. You can change it. You certainly can use your imagination. If you might see, oh, maybe it would work better a different way, and that's okay. You can even let me know, because then I'll say, oh, I'll try that. So look how pretty. Doesn't that look gorgeous? I know. I was like, oh. But how do I discover these things? I discover them by actually trying it out, saying, how can I use it? So I did a lot of them this year, because my goal was to show you different ways of using some of the trims I have in my shop. That's what my goal was this year. Other times I've just designed and just, you know, shown you what I make or put them in my shop. But this time I said, I'm going to show them how to use a lot of the trims that I have, because they're so beautiful. And some trims I carry, and if they don't sell well, I stop carrying them again. You can always ask me if there's something that you liked and then you purchased it and it's gone now. I'm actually feeling like I might cut this little edge off right here. This is where they met, and I had that was on there. I'm going to take it off. Remember when I put them together, because it was the first ones. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to pause this because you can see what I'm doing. And again, first do the sides, then do the center. Okay, I did all the sides, and now I'm just doing the centers. Now when you're doing the centers, if you pull up on it, this will come up. So I'm just trying to make sure that it stays even. And it is going on top right there. So I'm holding this down. Make sure it doesn't move too much. If you can put glue down on there, and I might put it in a couple of spots. There you go. But after we're done, it shouldn't move around that much. So you can see why I did this, because these two overlap to be able to fit on the bulb. So whenever you're putting any types of trims and laces on a bulb, you have to just figure out how it's going to best lay and cut up your lace. Now when you're doing this, I forgot to mention one thing, is that what I did before I started cutting this up, I forgot to mention that. I went through and I put a teeny tiny bit of glue on every sequin that's there, just a teeny tiny bit, a rub, just to stop it from possibly falling off if I was going to cut it. I actually did it on every single one of these, just these ones. I did forget to mention that. That will help to keep it together, make sure it doesn't fall apart. And then let me see if I can put a little glue on here. See, this is pretty tight, so you have to kind of remember red. It's really hard. You really got to be careful not to smear it. But something's going to go here in the center. So even if you mess up, it should get covered. If you do mess it up, what do? You just put something else on there to cover it up. So I'm going to do it in just a couple of places. I'm going to do it here just because there's so much. Just to help it to stay there. All right, just a little. All right, so now we got half of it. So then I took the other, let me get some of this glue strings off. This glue that I have, I think last year I was trying so hard to find my glue that I usually use, and it kept on selling out during COVID, that I bought this giant big old box of glue that was, you know, inexpensive, but it's not my favorite glue. So on this trim, if I see this little bits of like this, I fussy cut it off. I'm sure people who purchase it will not notice, but I do. But laces like that, sometimes in the run they get little things on it. I think only the extremely high quality laces don't have at least something. And this is more of like a ribbon. Okay, so then now I'm going to attach this here. Oops. I'm making sure I stay in focus. Okay, so decide if you think it's about the right spot. I'm just using my eye to kind of measure, I kind of visualize here to here to see if it's about the same. Okay, I have a lot of glue strings, but okay, what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to flip it this way and then kind of put a little bit of glue on it. I'm going to check first, make sure it's snug. Then I'm going to try and add a little bit of glue. You always want to put the glue, for this lace, you want to put it where the white is, or like right on that thing. I'm going to put some on. I don't want to put it on here, on the center one, because the center one's going to go on last, just like the other place. So I am trying to get, I'm trying to get it below, underneath the, and I just move it and put a tiny bit. I put my glue gun in without pressing it, then I gently press it, and then I release it, and I go check what I done, and I put it over. And this is just to secure it, because it's going to be secured a lot more than this, but we do need it to get a little secure there. So any way you can figure out to do it without getting it on the actual netting of this lace. Put it on the white part of the lace. See, the netting shows through right there. You can see a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, but oh, see, it's still coming up here. I haven't finished going around. Push it back down. Just trying to put a little bit on there. Flip you upside down. See, I talk too much. I forget how far I've gone. So if you can do that on all of them, secure it a little bit just to keep it on. And it's really tempting to put it on the actual circle. We could probably put it on the, this one right here. This is where it's connected. Right here. I'm going to test if I could put it like at least on the bottom here. See, it's not coming up that much. So we're going to end up putting the glue on there, but I think we can put it right here on the bottom of this center one, because that's the lowest point. Let's try that. Yeah, and don't stretch it. This one I didn't stretch. This can actually stretch a little. And I started stretching it before I was starting. I said, wait a minute, I better test that first. I said, nope, I don't need, okay. So I ended up putting some on the bottom here of that center circle, just a little bottom right there. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to do very similar. I'm going to test it here and see about how close it comes. I'm going to hold down on this side and this side just to make sure. And actually, I could probably make them touch this time. Let me see. Yeah. And it's going to be overlapping again. So you decide how far down you want it. And again, don't put anything on the... I'm going to put it right here on the center instead of right at the tip. Put it right there. And I'm going to go opposite to opposite. Opposite to opposite. I'm doing a teeny tiny stretch, but not a lot of stretch. Just to make sure it's snug. And I'm not actually doing all the way. It's almost all touching this one. So each one I'm sure will come out a little bit different. So I'm going to go opposite to opposite again. And I'm putting the glue. Here's the center. And see, I cut mine up because I was thinking I needed to, but I'm not sure if you do need to. So if you need to cut the tips on this one too, then cut the tips. If not, then don't. I'll put it here. Now the opposite. I'm just kind of stretching just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, look how pretty that's going to look. Now, again, you're going to do the same thing. The bottom here, you pull it off. So this one right here, if you see, I did not cut it. So you can see it's fitting okay. The ones I cut, they do have a little more give, but it's up to you whether you cut it. Okay, so now I'm going to if you notice, when you connect them right here, this one's going to end up going on top of that one, so you could decide which one looks prettier. That might, yeah, see, that one shows better, so I'm going to put it like that. Let me see this one. Yeah, you can decide that. I'm going to pull the middle out, put them on top of each other. I'm just determining how I'm going to glue it. We're going to glue one, then I'm going to pause it, okay? Take one the opposite. Okay, there we go. All right, so again, we'll put that down, and we can glue this one down. We're going to glue that one down first. Didn't this come out beautiful? I was like so surprised that it actually worked well, and I knew I couldn't use my smaller 8 1/4 ones, but the 9-inch one works beautifully. So whenever your laces or trims don't fit exactly on your ball, a lot of times it's just a matter of figuring out the best way for it to look. Now that's going to go on top. Okay, so this is what you do for the rest of it, okay? All right, I'm almost done. Got a lot of glue strings everywhere, but I'm doing this one here. Now I'm going to check these centers, because remember, we didn't glue this down yet. I'm going to go ahead and finish gluing this bottom down. So you're going to go around now after you've done all of that, and you just check your ball, see what you want. Still might want to glue, put a little more glue on. Always keep it in mind that you're working with red. Anything that looks bulky, you might want to mess with. See, I'm just getting all those centers now. We're going to do some little touch-ups there. Did I get that one? No, I did get that one. Always check it, because it looks like that one's glued down, but it's not. Well, I know that I probably made this look quite easy, but it really does take at least a medium skill level, not to all the ornaments I do medium. Some people can figure them out on their own, other people can't. We're all different. I'm looking and I see a bolt. I see that it's kind of like lumpy right there, so I'm gonna put my hot glue gun on it and release it and try to smooth that out. I don't know what I did, but something I did. I think it's underneath that's happening. It's not gluing well right there. I re-glued that, and now I'm going to re-glue the top. I didn't like the bulkiness. Okay. Over here too, little. Just a little more glue on that one. Okay. Now, let's see what that looks like. What do you think? Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Okay, so there you go. I taught you how I actually put that on, and I'll show you some of the finishing touches I did. For this one, I do have a little bit of this. I used this trim, which is not the same as this gold one. It's my other gold one that has rhinestones on it. Let me get it. I have a little of this in my shop right now. I think it's just so beautiful, and I decided I better just use some. Oh, so it looks like this. It's got gold, and it has little rhinestones on it along the gold. And when I purchased this, I thought it was so beautiful. So I'm going to measure the. Okay, sorry, it got interrupted by my son. I went ahead and cut off that ribbon, and I'm going to go actually just put this on. The style I made these, I'm not having ribbon hang from the bottom. Usually when I use pearls and things like that, I at least use my fabric tack. You could use E6000. Was actually, I'm finding that E6000 actually costs less. It might smell worse, but it costs less. E6000 works well, but it takes even longer to dry than fabric tack. So only using it on some things. So you can see, adds that beautiful glitzy look to it. I cut it just the right size because I knew I was going to snug it up. So I used fabric tack there, but the last ones I'm going to put hot glue so it'll stick and stay there. Okay. Hold it for a few seconds. Okay. There we go. See how pretty that adds a little look. And now what I decided to do right here where they actually, when I first did this, it was a bit messier. And I was trying to decide, but it looks pretty like this. You don't have to put the pearl beads, but these pearl beads are in my shop if you want to look for these gold ones. I also have, I'm actually added 6mm. I found some different colors, and I have pink again. And I ordered magenta. And then I think, what colors did I get? I got a couple of new colors on the 6mm. I had a lot of colors on the 4mm ones. This is the 6mm kind of size though. I'm just making sure this is closed. Okay, and again, I'm going to still use fabric tack, both fabric tack and hot glue. And usually what I'll do is I'll put like fabric tack on a lot of them, like this, and I glue it on like that. And then I'll come this way, like the first one didn't have, I was using it to hold on to. So I'm going to now put some hot glue on that one. Uh-oh, there we go. I moved it too much there. And then right here, on the last one here, I go ahead and put some hot glue. So I try not to have them like together, like on the same bead, because beads are small. Sometimes I will put them together on larger beads, but I like each individual one. This one gets fabric tack, or I could use E6000 here too. And then I'll do a few. Don't forget to put the lid on it. Then I'll choose the last one, put a little hot glue. Oh, what's that? Piece of glue stuck to it. I feel like I need to clean up my glue. So now you got the gist of it, right? You do that. And now, just to finish that up, and all right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this as my hanger for this one. I think on the original one I used a different one, but I'm going to show you a trick that I've been doing on all these bulbs. I'm just knotting it first, like this. Okay. And you make yours as long as you wish for it to be. Really how long you want this to be, that's how long you make it. I'm sure if you make them longer that they will probably easily fit like over your tree branch, and you might not have to use a hook. I'm just going to cut this in half because I just grabbed a piece, and I decided I was going to put this gold ribbon on it too. This one doesn't have that, but I decided to put the gold ribbon. And what I did is this is going to actually go, the one that's going to go attached for the handle, and I'm actually using that to knot this on it. That's why I put the knot first. Now I'm going to knot it again because I'm decorating the centers of these. There, now it's knotted again, see? And then I'm going to put this through here. Yep. See if I can get it through. I got it through. And now I'm going to knot it again onto the hook. There you go. Alrighty. Alright, these are my little tips and tricks and techniques on how I did it, and these are using my things I mostly have in my Etsy shop. I don't have this gold lace, but I have some. If somebody really wants it, you just need to ask me for it. But it's a slightly different color. Look, this matches this better. This matches this gold better, but they're really on the same family. So it looks wonderful together. See that? Gorgeous. Look how pretty that looks. Look at that bottom. It looks like a star. And notice that this is not perfect. These are not perfect. So don't feel like it has to fit exact. None of this is perfect, but look how gorgeous it looks. So I want to encourage you to try it, even though it doesn't look the way you think it should, because sometimes we're so particular about things. But as you can see, I'm going to probably shorten this a little bit, maybe with this one side, maybe. And we're done, really. Just make sure that I have most of the laces and trims in my Etsy shop. And when I post this video in my Facebook page as a link, I will put the trims that I used on all the red bulbs in the comment section. And so when you go to my Facebook page, you'll find me as in my Facebook page as Crafted Devotion. In my group is Crafted Devotion Boutique. That's what it's called. And you can go and find me there. That's where I have a lot more photos, a lot more, more up to date with what I'm doing until it comes here. It's kind of at a different time. Usually when I'm actually designing it, I'm putting it up there. After this, I gotta make 2 more jewel wreaths because I sold 2 more, and then I might come back and I might show you those first ornaments that I showed you. Probably gonna show you this one right here because it's my favorite one. I like that dusty rose look. Maybe, but you guys can vote. If you guys vote, just tell me which one you want. You saw them all in the beginning. This is Liz with Crafted Devotion. I will talk to you next time.